On 4 News Now at 6, parts of your favorite national forests may soon be up for sale. Why public lands could be sold and what it could mean for your favorite trails and beaches.
An ironic start to summer. I'm tracking much cooler and wetter weather on the way. I'll help you plan your weekend hour by hour in the First Alert forecast.
And families forced from their homes in South Spokane because of a wildfire.
We're going to be in it for a long fire season.
We'll show you the tough conditions fire crews are up against here tonight. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, national forest land in Washington and Idaho could be up for sale if the Senate passes the big, beautiful bill. Millions of acres of public lands could be sold if it passes.
Conservationists are worried about recreation areas, parks, and access to local lakes and rivers here.
And the bill, as it currently is written, states that public lands would be sold without an opportunity for public feedback. Derek Strom spoke with the conservationists about what's at stake.
Kirsten Jordan, if this bill is passed, the federal government could sell any of the land highlighted in green or yellow, which includes land from the Colville and Coeur d'Alene National Forests. In total, the government could be selling 2 to 3 million acres of land, which could have a huge effect on local recreation areas.
These are permanent changes that would permanently alter the entire nature of Idaho for the worse.
Conservationists in Washington and Idaho are worried what the Big Beautiful Bill could do to public lands in both states, including popular recreation areas and national forests. As the bill is currently written, the federal government would sell 0.5% to 0.75% of publicly owned land. That doesn't sound like much, but it could add up to 2 to 3 million acres.
Public lands belong in public hands. They belong to all of us. And this provision is being driven by Senator Lee from Utah. This provision, the land sales do not fit Idaho. They do not fit the West.
Local senators and representatives have come out against the provision, including Washington Representative Michael Baumgartner and Idaho Senators Mike Crapo and James Risch. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell released a statement opposing the provision that reads in part, "This alarming proposal would put no trespassing signs at beloved trailheads and fishing spots across the West, threatening the $1.2 trillion outdoor recreation economy and 5 million jobs." Local residents are concerned too.
What's on the docket for sale right now includes entire mountain ranges and river ecosystems, and that affects me in all kinds of ways.
Conservationists worry if this land is sold, there wouldn't be any provisions that it would be used for public benefit. The Idaho Conservation District says this bill could set a dangerous precedent for future public land sales. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thanks for that. Well, today is the first day of summer, but it sure does not feel like it out there today.
We do have ice cream sandwiches, though, in the break room.
Oh, are there still some? I need to snag a few.
Doesn't matter how cold it is outside. We're happy to have ice cream. It's only going to get cooler, though. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now with your First Alert forecast.
You know, I just drew a blank once you said ice cream sandwiches. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yes. This evening is when summer officially starts. 7:42 Pacific Daylight Time is the summer solstice. And no, it does not feel like summer. One of the coolest days we have had in a long time in progress right now. 65 and mostly cloudy in Spokane. It's 64 in Coeur d'Alene with mostly cloudy skies. And we're going to be a good 10 degrees cooler tomorrow at this time. And that winds are going to continue to be an issue this weekend in terms of adding the discomfort to those cooler temperatures. 33-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now in Pullman and Moses Lake. Sustained winds at 19 in Spokane. They will die down a little bit this evening, but be back again as we get into the day tomorrow. Expect a breezy Saturday. This evening, we are staying dry. We'll be partly to mostly cloudy to overcast, in and out of the clouds. Temperatures staying in the 60s through the early part of the evening and then cooling down as we get into the latter part. Our rain, however, is holding off. Other than some showers up in the Okanagan area and down in the LC Valley, we should be staying dry in Spokane until the afternoon and even the evening on Saturday. I'll be back to take your weekend hour by hour in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. A busy intersection in downtown Spokane is closed because of a deadly motorcycle crash. That crash happened near 4th and Stevens, right by Lewis and Clark High School. Spokane Police is asking drivers to avoid the area. There's no word yet on what caused this crash. We'll be sure to update you as we learn more information.
This is Spokane County Sheriff's Deputy Kyle Felix. Tonight we are learning he fired his weapon while responding to Sunday's deadly carjacking spree. Investigators have not released the names of other law enforcement officers who fired their weapons or who fired the deadly shot. The sheriff's office says Deputy Felix joined the department back in 2023. He previously spent 20 years in the Air Force.
Tonight, the manhunt continues in Chelan and Kittitas County for 32-year-old Travis Decker. That's the man accused of killing his 3 young daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Tonight, in less than an hour, a public memorial is being held at Rocky Reach Park in Wenatchee. Decker has been on the run since May 30th and is believed to be hiding in the Blewett Pass area. And if you do see him, you are asked to call 911 immediately.
Around 30 homes were under wildfire threat as a rapidly growing fire broke out south of Spokane this afternoon. The map on your screen shows exactly where this happened. The fire was burning just east of the James Slavin Conservation Area, close to Spangle. Here's a look at the latest evacuation orders. You can see all level 3 orders, meaning leave now, have been lifted. We are in the green and yellow territory now, but the danger is not quite over. Everyone in that area shaded in yellow needs to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Alexandra Cohen shows us what happened today in that fire zone and how officials are reacting.
The community here in Paradise Prairie had a stressful afternoon as they were told to leave their homes immediately with a wildfire growing close by. Crews responded promptly as these conditions created the perfect storm for a wildfire to spread. Thanks to the hard work of first responders, things quickly got under control. But officials warn this happening so early is
Just an indication that we're going to be in it for a long fire season.
Spokane County District 3 Fire Chief Cody Rohrbach says the level 3 evacuation having a big boundary was out of an abundance of caution. The biggest challenge his crews faced are the winds you hear and the dry fields you see.
We're 3 to 4 weeks ahead of our normal drying, and so our fuels are receptive, and it's only mid-June.
So what should you do if you live in an area that is at risk of wildfires? First, make sure your property is prepped and clear out old vegetation. Have a go bag set and an evacuation plan ready. While all of this happening on the first day of summer is alarming, Chief Rohrbach emphasized that today we saw a great response during the time of an emergency.
Just really a coordinated effort from all our partners across the county, which is great. The system's working as it should.
The reason behind this fire is still unknown. However, DNR is investigating the situation. We will continue to give you those updates as they come. Reporting from South Spokane, Alexandra Cohen, 4 News Now.
Well, still ahead here tonight, an all-woman cross-country air race ends at Felt Fields.
Hear their message to young girls thinking about a career in aviation.
And summer is here, and that means increased electricity bills. We'll show you the simple steps experts say could help you stay cool and save some cash.
And excitement is building here in Coeur d'Alene ahead of this weekend's half triathlon. We'll give you a live look at how race organizers are preparing and how athletes are getting race ready coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by BECU and the Scalehouse Market.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, trade in an eligible vehicle and get $3,250 total cash allowance when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostemtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to get great deals on Toyota Tundra or Tacoma trucks, then you're gonna love the offers we're rolling out now at Findlay Downtown Toyota. Take advantage of the most aggressive prices of the year with bigger than normal trade-in values. And this week, with any new Tundra or Tacoma truck purchase, Findlay will give you a $1,000 gas card or up to $1,000 off new accessories, making it the perfect time to get that new truck you've been wanting from Findlay.
Welcome back. The energy is building in Coeur d'Alene as Ironman 70.3 returns this weekend.
And we were talking about if we could do it or not.
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
I feel like
the answer here from the desk is no. But more than 1,000 triathletes are gearing up to swim, bike, and run their way through a scenic course, including a 1.2-mile swim, 56-mile bike ride, and a 13.1-mile run. Marissa Rio is live at the race start at Coeur d'Alene Park, where the excitement has already begun.
The excitement is building, Jordan and Kirsten, and just for the record, I don't think I could do this triathlon either, but right now I'm here at Ironman Village, and this is where athletes can pick up their packets. If you take a look behind me, there are a few athletes here, but this area is closing up in about an hour, so it is winding down here. Now, earlier today, I spoke with several athletes who are already gearing up, both here and on the course. A chilly breeze howled through Lake Coeur d'Alene this morning, creating choppy conditions. But that didn't stop determined triathletes from taking the plunge.
We have a practice swim and then we have a practice ride, so we're going to take a dip and get the lay of the land.
Lorena Weber and Isabel Gallowan traveled from Colorado and braved the cold for a training swim.
It's nice and warm.
But it's very choppy, yeah, so you really have to deal with the waves and make sure you don't breathe in the wave, so you have to adjust your swim and your stroke to progress nicely.
Yeah, it jostles you around a little bit, so you might get a little dizzy. But
after their swim, they didn't slow down. They hopped on their bike and rode into the wind. This is their first time racing in Coeur d'Alene. For others, it's a tradition. Like Ann Hayek, she traveled here from Connecticut and has raced this course 9 times.
The people really get behind the race. Everybody I've ever met here has been absolutely lovely.
Local businesses are supporting athletes too. Tito's Italian Grill is offering pizza specials and all-you-can-eat pasta to help fuel them for Sunday. And as these athletes continued to train, we asked them.
What are you guys most excited about? Gosh, finishing. The red carpet and the finish line.
Now, Loretta and Isabel will have supporters cheering for them at the finish line that they're excited to see. They already had supporters here during their train this morning. Now, this Ironman Village will close tonight at 7 and reopen again tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Live in Coeur d'Alene, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Oh, Marissa, I can't decide if it'd be worse for it to be hot and sunny or the cool weather we're going to have this weekend for the Ironman. Either one sounds very, very hard. We're going to be having a high tomorrow of only 57 degrees, almost 20 degrees below average, with the best chance of rain coming in the late evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's the music event of summer. CMA Fest with can't miss performances by Blake Shelton, Megan Maroney, Keith Urban, Kelsey Ballerini, and more.
You don't want to miss it.
CMA Fest, presented by SoFi, Thursday on ABC.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.49% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
From urgent AC repairs to full system replacements, Bill's Heating and AC has you covered. See why thousands of local homeowners trust us for fast, honest heating and cooling services. We offer free second opinions, a lowest price guarantee, weekend service, free equipment quotes, and upfront pricing with no surprises. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make this summer more comfortable than ever.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now and ABC World News Tonight.
Delivering reliable information in uncertain times.
Knowing where to turn for news is crucial. Turn to ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And 4 News Now with Derek Dice and Kirsten O'Connor.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. You know, we were just talking about Bloomsday. I really feel like we all could really maybe do part of the triathlon this, you know, maybe 7 miles of it. But what do you think?
Okay.
I mean, like,
Let's go.
It feels like the hardest part is the swimming.
Chris seems more optimistic than I do. I would like to watch.
Yeah, I'm an excellent watcher.
I'm a great sign maker.
Right. But when you go watch, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Maybe I can.
I want to be a part of this.
I want
then
my
you're like,
picture taken at the end, at the finish line.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if any of the spectators are going to be feeling that this weekend because it's going to be on the chilly side. 4 things to know about your weather. Weekend showers. It is not going to be a day-long raining event, but it will rain at times. Much cooler temperatures on Saturday. It will be warmer on Sunday, even though still below average. And then we are right back up in the 80s next week with sunshine. Temperatures right now around the region, many locations are in the 50s, including Lewiston in the 50s, Omak, Winthrop, and this is the 24-hour change. We were 20 degrees warmer at this time in Omak. In Bonners Ferry, 19 degrees warmer in Lewiston. The change has not been as dramatic in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene because we have not seen the showers, but we're going to see a big dip tomorrow. Saturday's highs, many spots in the 50s around the region. Some 60s, though, also as we head further to the west. And Lewiston should manage to make 70 degrees, 58 degrees, however, in Pullman and right around the Spokane area. Temperatures ranging from only 53 at Spirit Lake. That doesn't sound like water skiing weather, but 59 in downtown Meade as well as 9 Mile. No 60s on this map. There will be 60s again. Right now on our radar, we have just the lightest precipitation on the far fringes of our viewing area down around Lewiston, up into the Clarkston area, north of Clarkston, and then from the Grand Coulee area up through Omak and along the Canadian border. That precipitation is not going to be moving in our direction tonight. We're looking to the north. Here's Saturday at 2 o'clock for our first substantial chance of rain moving into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area through the afternoon and evening. Here's Sunday at 6 a.m. Some hit and miss showers, but a nice long break before the next round of wet weather moves in the late afternoon and evening. And we should get, fingers crossed, some substantial rain from this system, particularly through North Idaho and along the Canadian border. The Columbia Basin is going to be getting the short end of this stick, but right in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, some beneficial rains are a good possibility. And then we warm up and dry out starting Monday with only a 20% chance of showers. We're back up into the mid-80s, and you'll have to only give the sprinklers a couple-day break before we start drying right back out again. I'll be talking more about the winds this weekend in the next half hour, Kirsten.
All right, we will hear from you then. Thanks, Chris. Hey, if you're looking for some last-minute weekend plans, why not head down to Riverfront Park for the Taste of Asia and Filipino-American Friendship Cultural Festival. The fun starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and not only will there be delicious foods to try, there will also be cooking demos, cultural exhibits, and even a karaoke contest. The president of the Spokane Chinese Association tells us it's all about being able to share their culture with everyone in the Lilac City.
Every place, when you add color to the places, it becomes beautiful.
The event is free, and there will also be a Chaz Health mobile clinic on site as well. For more information, head to KXLY.com.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing our Hunter Bertram at that karaoke session. It feels like he's gonna open it up. Well, summer is the time for barbecues, days on the lake, and of course, plenty of family fun.
But it's also time to crank up the AC, which means a higher electricity bill. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has tips on how to keep your home cool while saving some cash.
With U.S. electricity prices steadily increasing, families are beginning to brace for the heat and the hit to their wallets. I spoke with an air conditioning technician who shared some easy ways to stay cool and cut costs this summer. With summer heat bearing down, Josh Locker with Oxair USA says energy bills are a growing concern for many American families.
Homeowners say they're more cautious about summer spending and worried about how they're going to afford to cool their homes.
Locker says small steps like filter changes and outdoor unit cleanings make a big difference.
Change your filter out, wash your condenser. After you mow the grass, make sure you clean that condenser off, wash all those grass clippings that may get on the condenser outside.
And timing matters. Putting off maintenance can turn into costly repairs.
If one thing breaks, it could take out another and another.
Temperatures are expected to rise across parts of the Northeast and central U.S. in a prelude to next week's heat dome. The heat dome is forecast to expand across the central and eastern U.S. by the weekend, covering parts of the southern plains to the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. High temperatures across these regions are expected to soar at least 15 degrees above normal and will mark the hottest temperatures of the year to date, rising into the 90s. Humidity will make it feel even hotter.
The big thing that I would say is if you take a shower, make sure and turn your exhaust fan on, because every time you're running water in the house, you're actually adding humidity as well. But keeping the doors closed, in and out as fast as you can.
Locker says a good rule of thumb is to change your air filter whenever your power bill arrives. It's an easy habit that can help you stay cool while also helping you save money on your energy bill, since your system won't have to work as hard. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Still ahead here, missiles in the air and high-stakes talks on the ground as world leaders try and negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. We'll have the latest details coming up here next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500s come with $5,500 off MSRP or 3.95% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue or throat swelling, wheezing or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $14,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
High-stakes talks in Europe today as representatives from France, Germany, and the UK meet with Iran's foreign minister trying to de-escalate tensions in the Middle East.
Meanwhile, the U.S. is weighing its next move, with President Donald Trump giving Iran a 2-week deadline before deciding whether to use military force. ABC's Alexis Perchet has more.
Tense talks today in Geneva, Switzerland, as European allies open a diplomatic dialogue with Iran.
This is a perilous moment, and it is hugely important that we don't see regional escalation of this conflict.
Iran's foreign minister stood fast in his country's stance.
We are entitled, tasked, and determined to defend our territorial integrity, national sovereignty, and security with all force.
The new negotiations, a week after the long-simmering dispute over Iran's nuclear weapons program erupted into conflict between Israel and Iran. Iranians taking to the streets today, protesting against Israel and America. And in the skies, Iran launching a new barrage of ballistic missile attacks into Israel. Israel says at least 20 missiles were fired by Iran. Iranian state media reporting its air defense systems intercepted Israeli drones over Tehran and saying that one Israeli missile hit a hospital. President Trump's deadline for Iran ticking away, giving 2 weeks to decide whether or not to use military force against the country.
But we're ready, willing, and able, and we've been speaking to Iran, and we'll see what happens.
What was the thought process behind 2-week timetable?
Just time to see whether or not people come to their senses.
Only the U.S. has the so-called 30,000-pound bunker buster bomb believed capable of penetrating Iran's nuclear sites underground. It has never been used on the battlefield. Some nuclear experts are concerned strikes on Iran's nuclear targets are capable of causing a radioactive release. Representatives from Europe have encouraged Iran to continue negotiations with the U.S. and even offered to be a go-between the two countries. Iran, for its part, has said that it is open to continuing talks with Europe. Alex Perchet, ABC News, Washington.
Well, Canada is retaliating against some U.S. trade policies. On July 21st, Canada is set to impose new tariff-free steel. They're for countries that don't have related free trade agreements with Canada, and that could make American-made steel less appealing to Canadian buyers. U.S. duties on Canadian steel and aluminum are 50% right now. 2 officials say Canada has proposed swapping defense spending for relief from those measures. To no avail. The U.S. and Canada are committed to reaching some kind of trade agreement in 30 days after talks during this week's G7 summit.
They're fearless, they're fast, and they are flying for more than just fun.
Meet the women who are pilots racing across the country and inspiring the next generation to take to the skies. Their powerful message for young girls coming up. And the Seattle Mariners star catcher might be making a serious run for MVP. Coming up in sports, we'll show you the home run that made history today.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From your head and shoulders, down to your toes, and everywhere in between. Kootenai Health provides advanced medicine right where you need it, right here in North Idaho.
You give Chris Powell and GMA 2 mornings next week, and we'll help you get in shape and on a budget you'll love. Feel better, look better, save money.
Yes.
Next week on
Good Morning America.
It's the 45th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 45% off.
And get special financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 45 wonderful years.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, trade in an eligible vehicle and get $3,250 total cash allowance when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
92.9 CCU.
News Now and STCU are proud to continue highlighting volunteers who go above and beyond with their efforts. STCU Volunteers Count is a project that awards groups and individuals who take volunteering to the next level, donating personal time and financial support to local nonprofits. The winning volunteers will be awarded a grant courtesy of STCU to help further their efforts, and then we'll tell their story. If you know of a local volunteer who deserves recognition, nominate them at KXLY.com.
Triathletes, if your body reminds you that you are not, in fact, made out of iron, know that Kootenai Health is here for every stroke, pedal, and step of your journey. Find your specialist at kh.org.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Welcome back to some KXLY 6:30. Seems like wool socks for camping this weekend, Chris.
Oh
if you're
my
getting out
gosh!
there.
How about just stay home?
Stay home.
I would.
In the camper, maybe.
No, well, and if you head up around 5,000 feet, you might even get snowed on because it is going to be chilly tomorrow. And even if you're just heading out for Friday night fun, I think it's jacket weather, especially with the breeze. Here's the view right now in downtown Spokane. We have a fair amount of clouds. Nothing coming out of those clouds right now, but there is rain on the way. Our temperatures are in the 50s and 60s around the region, mid-60s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're going to be about 10 degrees cooler tomorrow. I thought today was noticeably cooler than yesterday. Tomorrow will be even cooler. You will feel the difference around the region. It is 70 in a couple of spots. It is the winds that are adding to that chill. And I was thinking about those Iron men and women on Sunday and the choppy waters, and I was relieved when we take a look at our forecast wind gusts. They're going to stay with us for Saturday, making things feel unpleasant, peaking in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range Saturday afternoon. Then things calm down nicely for Sunday morning. Not much of a breeze at all, and that will continue through the day on Sunday. And it even gets a little bit warmer on Sunday. There is a chance of showers, but Saturday will be the wetter, the cooler, the breezier, the more unpleasant of the 2 weekend days. Sunday, things start to improve in terms of being outside, a high close to 70 degrees, a chance of showers mostly late in the day.
Well, the Spokane skies were filled with that sound today as racers from the Air Race Classic crossed the finish line at Phelps Field. This race is an all-women's cross-country race that started in Alabama and ended right here in Spokane.
And today, Madeline Mullins caught up with some of the racers who have finished this cross-country journey and has more on how it feels to have completed this huge race.
It's a race against time. Well, your own time.
even though this race isn't exactly about getting here first, it's about beating your own best speed.
And while in the sky this competition is fierce, you wouldn't know it on land. Teresa and Denise are old friends from Oklahoma and Connecticut.
This is my 5th air race. Denise and I have raced together now 3 times. This last leg was perhaps one of the most beautiful.
And these racing veterans, well, they took this mom and daughter duo from Alabama under their wings.
I'm gonna have some lifelong friendships out of this, and I've learned so much. I'm an exponentially better pilot now after I've completed this race.
And for the Sky Queens team from Spokane, they finished Thursday night, but here they are cheering on the rest of the racers.
There's some really great women that we've met, and to be able to be cheerleaders for them is really important.
This camaraderie is because all of these racers are celebrating women being involved in this male-dominated field.
I had my first solo at 16, and then after that I was hooked, and now I want to make a career out of this, and I'm working on my commercial pilot's license.
And inspiring the next generation to take flight.
I'll say it over and over again, women are meant to be in the air, and we belong there.
And while finishing first is the goal, these pilots tell me if this race inspires more women to take to the skies, that's a win all on its own. And this all comes to an end with the Neighbor Day event on Saturday, where the whole community gets to come out, meet some of the racers, and check out the cool planes that they have been flying in. At Phelps Field, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Such a good story there. I don't know how Madeline lucked out with the story of the week there. That's super cool. Well, if you want a fun way to kick off your summer, you still have some time to head to Spokane Valley for the new summer solstice sunset concert. The Spokane Symphony will be putting on a free concert at Mirabou Point Park tonight at 8:20. Musicians from the Symphony will perform as a part of a small ensemble featuring a string trio and harp on board the Beethoven, a mobile stage that brings classical music to parks and neighborhoods across the region. And definitely don't forget to bring that blanket or a lawn chair if you go out there. And while we are dealing with below average temperatures this weekend here in the inland Northwest, in other parts of the country, millions are preparing for the first heat of 2025.
Yeah, temperatures in other areas are expected to rise to dangerous and potentially record-breaking levels over the weekend and into next week. CNN's Michael Yoshida has more.
Extreme temperatures are forecast to hit the United States this weekend, impacting tens of millions from the Midwest to the Northeast, according to the National Weather Service.
But this is not your run-of-the-mill hot summer week. We're facing 4 to 5 straight days of blistering hot heat.
A potent and widespread heat dome is expected to send thermometers soaring. Many places are expected to see highs in the low to mid-90s, but it will feel hotter with a heat index how it actually feels outside, including humidity in the triple digits. More than 250 daily temperature records could be broken on Monday and Tuesday.
Heat and humidity are a dangerous combination.
Chicago preparing for the potential threat as it nears the 30th anniversary of its July 1995 heat wave that led to more than 700 heat-related deaths in the city.
It really challenged the city to recognize the danger of extreme heat so that we never see a tragedy like that occur again. We do have cooling locations all over the city. We have street outreach workers that are available as well to connect the unhoused Chicagoans with those resources.
Weather officials warning those experiencing days of potentially record-breaking temperatures will see little relief at night.
When you factor in the humidity, which is going to stay the same through this whole heat wave, the heat index, what it feels like, is going to feel like it's greater than 80 degrees through the whole heat wave for more than 72 hours.
Government and health leaders encouraging people to do everything they can to stay cool and to check on friends, neighbors, and family members, especially seniors. In Washington, Michael Yoshida reporting.
All right, well, the Mariners are back on track today after a big win against the Chicago Cubs.
And while sometimes Seattle might feel a little inconsistent, there's one guy that the Mariners can consistently count on.
And that guy is Cal Raleigh. He's having the best season of his career right now and could find himself in MVP talks if he does continue, of course, along this road of success. Coming up next in sports, I'll show you the home run that made MLB history.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. ShopDaveSmith.com.
It's a brave face we put on. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Don't want to be any trouble. But you know, sometimes we're not fine. Because getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we're human and we're aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. Anywhere, anytime. Call 988.
Walking 5 miles for $10. That's one way to earn some extra cash. But are you tired of chasing money?
Oh, come on!
Why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
I don't think I'm cut out for this.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Hard-hitting, fast-paced, unpacking the headlines, and searching for answers.
Are you a scam artist? No.
Inside Edition.
Weeknights at 7 on KXLY ABC4. Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Welcome back in. The Seattle Mariners are back in the win column after their game against the Chicago Cubs this afternoon.
And not only did the M's get the win, but one player made home run history today. Sydney Berger joined us here in studio with why the Mariners star catcher could be in some serious contention for MVP discussions this year.
Well, those 3 letters MVP, of course, no athlete takes lightly, but there are 3 words from today's game that really helped Cal Raleigh catapult into that conversation, and that is home run history.
Oh, this is smashed down the line. This ball is gone. It's out of Wrigley. It's a go-ahead 2-run home run by Cal Raleigh. An historic blast.
Well, at this point, Cal Raleigh and home runs are synonymous with each other. The Big Dumper had not only 1, but 2 today at Wrigley Field, where you could physically hear Seattle fans chanting MVP in the stands. Raleigh has hit now his 29th home run of the season. That's the most by any catcher in the league ever before the All-Star break, passing legendary catcher Johnny Bench for that title. Along with Raleigh's 2 home runs, Mitch Garver was also responsible for sending 2 out of the park, including his 100th home run of his career. Those 2 combined batted in 8 runs of the 9 against the Cubs today. The final score 9-4 out of Chicago. So same place, same time tomorrow afternoon. The Mariners and the Cubs pick up game 2 of this series. First pitch for the M's is at 11:20.
There really is no explanation. There's no excuse. You know, we have to be better. We have to execute better.
That's OKC forward Chet Holmgren after a blowout Game 6 against the Pacers. It was a chance for the Thunder to take the title with the series lead, but now each team gets a shot at the championship in Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday. OKC struggled stringing together success on offense while also accumulating 21 turnovers along the way. The players say in order for them to take the championship on their home court, they have to take better care of the ball. The first Game 7 in championship series has history on the line, and whichever team comes out on top, it'll be the first ever championship title for that franchise. Also, no matter what happens, one former Zag will get to call themselves a champion. Of course, either Andrew Nemhard with the Pacers or Holmgren with OKC. Today, the Canadian Hockey League announced their all-star teams, and 2 Spokane Chiefs have made that list. Forward Andrew Crystal is one of 6 players across 3 leagues to be named to the first team. Crystal ranked 2nd in CHL with total points per game. The Chiefs captain also earned a nod for 2nd team for the 2nd straight year. Berkeley Catton led all players in the CHL with most points in the playoffs this season with 42. Well, PWHL Seattle announced their first ever head coach. That man is Steve O'Rourke. He's new to the women's hockey world after coaching in the OHL and playing with the Tri-City Americans in the WHL. O'Rourke said, quote, "This is something I've thought about since the league was first announced. To now be given the opportunity to work with the best players in the world and be part of a professional league that's thriving both on and off the ice is truly amazing." Seattle was announced as a part of the Professional Women's League expansion to include 8 teams. They'll join the action this upcoming season, 2025-2026. It's going to be so fun to watch, guys.
It sure will. Thank you, Sydney. Well, around the nation, the prosecution preparing to rest its case against Sean Diddy Combs in his federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial.
And today, prosecutors calling a former Combs assistant to the stand who formerly played basketball for the University of Syracuse and testifying under an immunity with the government. Here's ABC's Rena Roy to break it all down.
Break up with your girlfriend and be prepared not to see your family. That's what former Sean Combs assistant Brendan Paul testified he was told when he first started the job in 2022. He said working for Combs was intense, that once he stayed up for 3 days straight and the job was all about keeping Combs happy. He told jurors Combs wouldn't take no for an answer. Paul testified he bought and carried drugs for the hip-hop mogul, including weed, cocaine, and Xanax.
And this is where Brendan Paul really fits into the government's case, because they're saying that this individual was, in some regards, a person who transported drugs for Combs.
Paul worked for Combs until he was arrested in Miami last year on cocaine possession charges on Combs's private plane, saying he didn't tell law enforcement the drugs were not his because of his loyalty to Combs. The charges later dropped, Paul testifying under an immunity agreement with prosecutors. He also said he was instructed by Combs's chief of staff, Christina Coram, to set up those so-called Wild King nights, or drug-fueled sex marathons in hotel rooms.
On his cross-examination, Paul told the jury while he did carry drugs for Combs, it was a minor part of his job. He agreed with defense attorney Brian Steele that he would not work for a criminal.
For the defense, they're poking holes and pushing back, in this argument, because they're saying that the mere weight is for personal use, and oftentimes the understanding of distribution, if you have, for example, kilos of cocaine, as Brendan Paul said he was not doing.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him.
Now, the defense says their case will only last a day or two and that they plan on calling 2 former Combs employees to the stand, as well as a forensic psychiatrist. Given the defense's expected timeline, it is unlikely that Combs himself will take the stand, though that hasn't been made official. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Saturday will be the coolest day in almost 4 weeks, plus a chance of showers, mainly in the late afternoon and evening. And it's the first full day of summer. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the Click It RV Spokane Star Spangled RV Sales Event. Now until July 6th. Shop new and used RVs from Winnebago, Wildwood Heritage Glen, and more. There's 0 down and no payments for 6 months. And the highest paid for your trade-in. It's time for your independence as you hit the road in your RV, camper, trailer, or fifth wheel. And get low American pricing before the tariffs hit. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So get here for the Click It RV Star Spangled Sales Event. Going on now through July 6th.
Summer is here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's set to be a scorcher. But why suffer through another season of sweltering heat and box fans? Call the experts at Bill's Heating and AC. With a lowest price guarantee, free second opinions, and a warehouse full of top quality equipment, we're ready to make your summer comfortable without breaking the bank. Technicians are on standby. Call for your free quote today.
Looks like we made it.
Barry Manilow. The last Spokane concert. Barry Manilow. See him performing all the hits for one night only at Spokane Arena Friday, July 11th. Get tickets now at ticketswest.com.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
4 News Now is brought to you by Panhandle Carpet One, Coeur d'Alene.
Well, summer officially starts in just about an hour from now. And for many of us, one of the best parts of summer is breaking out those paddle boards, your kayaks, maybe an inner tube or two, and hitting one of the many lakes and rivers in our area.
All the reporters are talking about that. We've got that circled on the calendar for next month. And this week we are highlighting a section of the Spokane River that's perfect for a float with friends or family. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone.
We're on the Spokane River here, rafting, floating, enjoying. A little cold, but not too bad. Great time of year, yeah, especially if you got a little tube. It's really good. Just enjoying the summer days here as long as they are here. Everybody should be out here if they got a tube and a life jacket, absolutely. And a whistle, make sure you got a whistle.
We went rafting and we had a lot of fun.
Oh, she loves it. Yeah, she was couldn't decide whether she wants to be on the big raft or on the little tubes with them, but she's been having a blast.
We had a bunch of fun. We went like over there where there was a rocky beach where we had lunch.
Put in about 10:30ish. Hit a couple of rapids, went under the bridges there, and it's clean, it's easy accessible, especially since they put that new little park downtown underneath the Maple Street Bridge. They got a ramp that goes right down to the water. It's real easy. I see lots of fish in it. Wish I would have a fishing rod or something, so it's a great day. Nice and warm.
I had really fun, and yes, I'm coming back.
On the river. I've never done it.
You still haven't yet?
Oh.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
this summer.
If you work in the 4 News Now newsroom, you must float.
It does feel like a rite of passage.
Yes.
That's right. To become one of us.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I know the reporter's been talking about it for weeks at this point, so we're all super psyched to get the floaties going again.
Yes, nothing to rush though, because that water level will get a little tamer. But summer does officially start. As you heard, it's less than an hour now. Our sunset, 8:52. That's about as late as it gets. Those days are going to start getting shorter. Actually, I did get a phone call about 20 years ago. One time I said the days are getting shorter, and someone said the days are still the same length. It's the amount of daylight. So I was corrected, and I can't say it without thinking of that gal. But here's why our summer officially starts in less than an hour. It all has to do with the tilt of the Earth, tilted on its axis at 23.5 degrees, and that's what gives us the seasons. In December, we are tilted, we in the northern hemisphere, tilted away from the sun. On the equinox, equal day, equal night, we are neither tilted toward nor away, and on the summer solstice, we are indeed tilted toward the sun in North America, or northern hemisphere rather. In the southern hemisphere, tilted away. That's why it's winter down in Australia. It's our longest day and shortest night. Longest amount of daylight, shortest amount of night in the northern hemisphere, and it happens precisely at 7:42. Here are 4 things to know about your first weekend of summer. We're going to have some showers. It is going to be much cooler on Saturday. We warm up right away on Sunday. We'll be back closer to average Sunday and then into the 80s, above average temperatures by the middle of next week. And this quick cool down for the start of summer is all part of this area of low pressure. We've been tracking it all week, all the way up from the Aleutian Islands. It's made the trek down into the Pacific Northwest. It's bringing precipitation. It's rotating around this area of low pressure like spokes on a bicycle wheel, and we will continue to see those pinwheeling around the inland Northwest through the weekend. It is not bringing steady rains, but bands of showers, and they will continue all the way through Sunday evening and into the first part of the day on Monday. But it looks like the wettest weather is going to be Saturday evening into early Sunday morning, and then Sunday evening into early Monday morning, and then we are drying out and warming up, and it's going to feel like summer. Feel like you might want to think about organizing a float on the Spokane River. Jordan,
I think those are our plans right after the show. We're going to circle a date immediately for a couple weeks.
Yet.
A couple weeks
okay,
from
you're
now.
circling the date.
No, we're just going to make the plans now.
It's just the mom and me.
I know, you're
make
like,
sure you're all
not
right.
yet. Before we go, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters, and every path leads to new possibilities. Get the freedom to save. Current qualified lessees can get this 2025 Equinox all-wheel drive for around $299 a month. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
If you're someone suffering from neuropathy, you may be experiencing burning, numbness, and tingling in your legs and feet. You may also start feeling pins and needles and losing balance, which can affect your ability to drive or walk. No matter the cause of your neuropathy, there are 3 common factors: lack of blood flow, lack of oxygen, and lack of nerve innervation. Many people feel frustrated with their diagnosis because they go to the doctor and the doctor says the same thing every time. You have neuropathy, here's medication, and you have to live with it. But I want you to know there are solutions and we may be able to help. My name is Dr. Mathen Wheeler, founder of North Idaho Neuropathy. My team and I are dedicated to helping you restore nerve function and take back control of your life. As a community service, we're offering a free nerve screening to see if our treatment protocol, which can stop and reverse neuropathy, is right for you. So please pick up the phone and call today.
Four News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Coming up here on Nightside tonight, we're expected to see record high temperatures this summer around the inland Northwest. How to keep your house cool without breaking the bank as we get warmer this summer. That's coming up tonight on Nightside.
But tonight will be different, right,
Yes, it is. No record temperatures in your planning forecast, but we are going to be warming up next week, but it's going to be jacket weather tomorrow.
Sleep with the windows open tonight still.
Yes.
Still a safe bet. All right, I'll see you on Nightside tonight.